Οπλήν στο το παν και πρωτοστήνε την γη και των ουρανών κοινώς κοντα πάντα ως όρος πατρί και όρφερον ενήμη.
Δόξα σοι ο Θεός ημών, δόξα σοι. Λόγος συνέστησαν των ουρανών αματική, συνείδημα το Πατρί και διαλόγου φέρω το το παν, ο λόγος σοφία και δύναμις και οίκων και συνεργός και ισουργός.
Δόξα σοι ο Θεός ημών, δόξα σοι.
Greetings, Uncle Travelling Matt here, and I am back in Greek Cyprus, and I'm getting really near to the end of my holiday now and my Cypriot explorations. So, what's happened today? Not a great deal, really, apart from a lot of travelling. So, I woke up this morning in Girne, packed my bags, got a dolmush to Nicosia. And then in Limassol, I spent the last of my Turkish lira. I bought a charger for my mobile phone, which you might remember I left the original one in the Troodos Mountains, and I've been using Alex's until now. The phone had then promptly run out the moment Alex left, and so I've been using the other phone for the filming, but we're back on the original phone now. And so I bought a charger for my phone, and then I also had a very sumptuous brunch, which completely stuffed me and meant that I didn't want to eat until like about an hour ago. I then walked across old Nicosia, crossed the border, and then had about an hour's wait. I just missed the bus to Limassol. And then I had an hour's wait, got talking to a Filipino girl on the bus station who works in Ayia. I mean, this is a point. There are so many foreign immigrants here, and I'm not quite sure how they all get there, what they're doing. So there's loads and loads of Africans on both sides, both north and south. And in the north, I believe they're students, although the ones that were all hanging around my apartment, and there was a gym under my apartment in Girne, and it was just full of Africans. They didn't seem to be doing a lot of studying. They did seem to be working, so maybe they come on student visas but work. And there's Africans in the south too, not as many. I have heard that they're asylum seekers or refugees, which kind of makes sense considering where we are. On the Mediterranean, the little boats getting across. It's not that far to Africa, or not even that far from Lebanon, of course, either. So there's that. But there's a lot of Filipinos here who I guess work in the hotels, and there's nannies and that kind of stuff. You get Filipinos all over the world doing that, probably because they're quite good at speaking English. And also get quite a few Indians in the south. I was talking to a Pakistani girl today, and she said she thought some of the Indians actually lived here and had businesses, but others were probably guest workers. Yeah, so anyway, I talked to the Filipino on the bus station, and then had the drive to to Limassol, which I'd done before, or much of it when I went to Larnaca. I did actually sleep throughout some of that. Saw the Stavrovoni Monastery from the distance. That was nice. Went into Limassol. Now, Limassol is huge. It's about like 20 kilometers long, I think, of a resort, and it's just like hotels, a lot of Russians, it's just kind of like, I don't know, rip off Saint-Tropez or something. It really didn't appeal to me. I know Alex hadn't been that keen on it. So my idea was to spend a few hours there, exploring some of the main sites. I did walk around the old city. I had a drink in a very, very pretty cafe there next to the mosque, which looked really interesting, but also deserted. Went in the Ayia Cathedral, which was quite nice, although it's only 19th century. But I was just not in the mood, to be honest. And like I did say to the guy in the cafe, is it worth me seeing the castle? And he's like, oh, it's a square castle. And Alex had said it was a bit naff. So I actually went on from Limassol. I took the bus to Paphos. However, I I had made sure I go to Limassol because I like to link up my travels by land, and my only other previous visit to Cyprus, you may remember I said from my first videos, was when I went on the ferry from Israel to Athens, and we stopped off at Limassol for a day, so I've kind of linked up with my travels there. Yeah, I mean, I remember it as being pretty crap then as well, and it still is. So just there's more of it now. So then, yes, interesting bus journey, some quite nice scenery along the coast. Then into Paphos. I'm staying in the upper town. I think it's called Kitia Paphos, and Kata Paphos. Lower Paphos is the kind of bit by the harbour. I don't know. I mean, look, it's a bit naff, but they've made the most of what they've got. So there's this old town, although none of the buildings are that old, they're about 60s or something, but they've done it up nicely. They've, pedestrianised the streets, and it's actually quite pleasant to walk around. But it's not special like Girne or Famagusta or Nicosia at all. It's not even Larnaca really. But my accommodation's nice. It's like this little Greek village house, but in the middle of the town. And it's an Airbnb, and I've got this double room, and it really reminds me of the traditional Greek house I lived in Corfu actually, which was really nice actually. Yeah, up a little road. That wasn't a village setting, but yeah. And the other rooms are leased out to people, and one of them was a Pakistani girl. She's had back surgery and she's recovering from that, and she's in Cyprus. I think she had the surgery here, I'm not sure. So I got talking to her, originally from Oxford, but living in London, and her name was Sasha, I think. I'm not very good with names, but I think her name was Sasha. And that was that night, so that was that really. I've been for a meal this evening, but no sightseeing today, although tomorrow I do promise I'm going to see the sights of Paphos, particularly since the King's Tomb Alex rates as one of the greatest things on the whole island, and indeed the guidebook agrees with him. So there we are. I have no choice. That's it from me. Thanks for listening. Keep travelling.
Είδετε ότι εγώ είμαι Θεός, ο πριν γενέσω το παν, και πρωτοστήνε την